Hey, how you doing? Everything's good, right? Yeah, I think it is. On our play for this week. Wait, let me scroll. Let me scroll. The Witcher 4, Marcus, do it, is more advanced than CD Project. No, I'm sorry, than Cyberpunk 2077, CD Project says. Xbox Game Pass wants more money for fewer features if you're on console. We finally got to play Concord, the so-called Guardians of the Galaxy Overwatch ripoff game. Was the hate warranted? And we have more in depth impressions on Zenless Zone Zero and First Descendants. All this and more on Season 8, Episode 28 of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka Concord, huh? I am joined by.
On MF Ross.
What does the M and F stand for?
It's 11 a.m. Sunday. It's 93 degrees.
Whoa. Whoa. Oh my
You know the
gosh.
rest.
Now you know who we are. Press X Start Gamers Digest is a video podcast that contains the most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube every Sunday, as Sean said, when we can make it because life is hard.
But listening to us is easy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't forget, you can support us by liking this video, that video, and all our videos. You can subscribe to the channel, this channel, that channel. And you can hit that notification bell. I don't know, 3, whatever. If you are listening, we greatly appreciate you leaving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, whatever podcast service you're currently tuned in on. And if you want, you can join our conversations by joining our Discord at pressx2start.com/Discord. That's Discord. Join our Discord. Do it. Now, let us jump into the games we've been playing. Let's start off with the game that everyone's been talking about, Concord. So I actually let me do some little a better intro for this. So when we saw Concord at Summer Game Fest, no, the PlayStation's
Tony's state of
State of
play,
Play, yeah,
whatever.
yeah, they said that they were going to do a beta specifically for pre-order people, and then next week they were going to do an open beta for everyone to play. Earlier this week, there was a news article that broke out that said actually PlayStation is going to open up the pre-order
All right.
beta for PS
Everybody.
Plus people. Yeah. And it is a thing of like, well, why? Why is that happening? Are you telling me not enough people pre-ordered the game? Sounds like a problem. So yeah, they open up this game for the PS Plus people, and really and truly, they should have done this from the start
Yeah.
because there is not enough confidence from, I think, Firewalk Studios, the people that made this game,
Yeah.
but there's not enough confidence from this new studio who's putting out a hero shooter for us to just jump in and be like, yeah, okay, we're going to pre-order this game based off of the one video that we've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, they have no pedigree yet.
Yeah, exactly. So they did this, and now we've got to play some time. I've put in hours so far into Concord, and a bunch of people online have jumped in, and they're all able to give their feedback on this game that up until this point has been called the Guardians of the Galaxy Overwatch ripoff or clone game or whatever, and now we're able to get a much better view or much better impression of this game. So here we are now talking about Concord. So I've talked a lot. Sean, what is your initial impressions with Concord?
Oh God. Immediately I started complaining. So I started blasting.
Yeah,
Um
right.
it's a game that has solid bones, but some of the choices they have made are puzzling. For one, there is no, well, you know what? For the beta,
hmm
there was no training room. All you can do is go in and start shooting. Um, you can change your settings. You can pre-order. I think you can. There's a section that says how to play, and you would think, all right, that's gonna bring me to like a tutorial of some sort. No, It's just walls of text explaining the game to you.
Yeah.
And then, all right, like uh, an obvious comparison is going to be Overwatch or any other hero shooter. I don't know how any other hero shooter is, but at least with Overwatch, you can look at each character, and if I'm not mistaken, before you even getting to shooting up the place, you can look at their abilities to have an understanding of who you're picking, or at the very least, during the game or during the character selection, you can kind of see. I want to say with Overwatch, their abilities are there as you're hovering over each character. With this game, you have to hit triangle, and there's a very short window for you to even read what the hell each of them does, and you can't look while you're playing. And then I think you can't look at the leaderboard, which is an exception for some people. They want to see what the flow of the match is currently. You can't do that. Um the actual gameplay is solid, but I think a lot of people will feel lost because you're still trying to figure out what the character does as you're playing. I know when I first got dropped in, you don't want to waste an ability in the middle of a battle. So
Yeah.
am I to sit back? I sat back for like a good 30 seconds to a minute just trying to figure out, okay, what does this do? What does this do? Is this AoE? You know, what um as a first attempt from the studio, it's solid, it's polished, but I think it's missing some quality of life things that a more established studio would have known to include. And the best way I can put this as an analogy is like Tesla versus legacy automakers. Tesla came in, interrupted the place, has this new shiny product,
Mhm.
but a lot of them were missing some things that Elon had to put back in, like door pockets. The first, I don't know if it was the first Model 3 or the first S, it didn't have door pockets on the side of the door. As silly as that sounds,
Yeah.
as little things like that that should be in this game. And I don't know if I and then like this is a heavily team-based game. So like don't think you're gonna go in there and be a rogue
Just
one
solo.
and flank the team and shoot up people from behind. I did that a few times, and the TTK in this game is it's not slow, but like a lot of times I caught like three people dead to rights. And if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not very well versed in this game, I still don't know if you can like one man army this shit.
Mhm.
There was a time where me and DJ were playing and one of our teammates left. I don't think they will be dropping people in mid match if someone on your team leaves.
They don't. Yeah.
And that may be a detriment to this game. I think one of our teammates dropped and we were 4v5ing the other team. Fortunately, we started to actually work together as a team and dominated them, but
So real
this
quick, I'm showing gameplay
yeah,
footage from Jack Frag. So yeah, go ahead.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
All right.
Yeah, you can't lone wolf this game, and I don't know if this is gonna be uh to the detriment of the game because everybody's trying to make solo game clips for themselves. Nobody wants to
Hmm.
be a team. If this had come out, if something like this had come out, maybe I want to say 10 years ago, it may have fared better with the straight up teamwork.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, I don't know. DJ, what do you think?
So there's a lot. I as I said, I've put in at this point maybe 6-ish or so hours. Like I'm level 13 in the like
Hmm.
accounts level or whatever. And my first 2 hours, at that point I clocked it. My first 2 hours, it was very much so like, what am I doing with this game? Like I shoot the people don't die. Like, what is happening? I was using the Call of Duty bro character Theo, whatever,
Yeah,
TEO, and like he has an assault rifle, he has smoke grenade, and he has a grenade, he has a frag grenade, and it's like that's Call of Duty right there. And playing him, it was just like
damn near the weakest character.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm shooting people. They're turning around and shooting and killing me. Like the TTK is so inconsistent. What is happening? So that was my
You
like
know what?
first two
You know what?
hours.
I feel like the TTK or at least the damage system was more forgiving in Overwatch. You could kill somebody with a full clip, even if you hit him with just body shots and not headshots. I feel like I needed to reload at least once, and at
Yeah,
that point, you're dead
yeah,
if you're not getting headshots in this game. But
yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. So literally after that 2 hours, I stopped myself. I looked at the controls and I was like, all right, I'm obviously not playing this game correctly. I looked at my controls, realized that I have this thing, a dodge, and I'm just not using the
I
dodge.
didn't even know it had it until DJ said,
Yeah.
"Hey, Nuke dodge."
And like once I figured out, okay, I gotta use this dodge. I have to like rely on this thing. Once I started using the dodge, I was doing much better. Like I was running in, shooting people up, dodging out, reloading, or switching guns because I forgot that Theo also has a pistol. And it's just a thing of learning these characters. I think the like so far right now where I'm at, I am really enjoying Concord. Like I think for me, I think this game does have legs. It is a solid shooter,
Mhm.
but the main slight against Concord is that it is such a new, different game. Like,
Experience, yeah.
yeah, it's like
You
it's
can't
the
play this like
closest.
games you have been playing.
Exactly. Like, you have to learn these characters. Like the damage that the TTK, that's time to kill if people don't know. It is inconsistent, but it's inconsistent because like this is a very unique hero shooter where people do different damage. People have different health bars. Like there is, for example, like one of the tank characters that I'm playing that I'm really enjoying is Imari. And she is like this 8 foot tall, like gigantic woman with a Gatling gun. And like she can she moves slow, but she has such a unique kit where like when she's running, she will start to run up and then she'll slowly pick up speed and then she will be like pretty fast running kind of thing. And it's just like I didn't realize this until like I was playing with her. And then like her kit, she has a Gatling gun that slowly winds up. And
Mhm.
once it's up at like full speed, like you could put people down quickly.
But
She
it
could
also
also
overheats, I think, doesn't it?
yeah, and also overheats, right? Yeah. But like she can armor people up. She's the only person in the game that can armor people up. She has a shield that she could pull out. Like these characters are so unique and you have to sit and learn the characters. The problem is you have to learn these characters in game while dodging bullets, while trying not to die.
You
And
get
like that
all of
part
a 3 to 4
sucks.
second glimpse of their abilities and movement
Yeah.
things. Everybody has different movements. Some people have triple jump, some people have double jump. The
Yeah.
tanks can't actually dodge.
They can't mantle either. So like they are relying
Ah,
on fucking stairs and and ramps, and it's just like, oh my god, this is so annoying. But the tanks, their melee attack is really insane in that you can
mm.
actually melee people behind you because it's an AOE attack. So they
Oh,
stomp on the ground and it creates like a wave kind of thing. And it's like there is so much to peel back behind with this game that like that's why I feel like it's gonna have legs because there's like so much tactics and stuff. Like this is a team shooter. This is a team shooter to the point where you have to really let me check this, make sure.
you need
Okay.
to be with your buddies because if you
Yes.
get caught lacking by yourself, there are many times where I got jumped and there wasn't shit I could do. But
Like
just as they used to say
I
back in the day, I used to F up they perfect. You're gonna take some
right?
damage. I'm gonna go down, but you're gonna take some
Like
damage.
I I I literally just completely forgot what I was doing. I just went pure muscle memory. I was playing as that tank Yamari, and I saw my team fighting these people. I remembered how the map layout was. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go flank these people. I didn't pull out flank. I my idiot self started spinning up my Gatling gun to shoot. I was shooting one. The other two literally just turned and looked at me. Were like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "You know what? I'm sorry. I forgot the game that I was playing, and they killed me." And I'm just like, "I deserve that. Like, what was I doing? I'm the tank. I'm not supposed to be here. Why am I here?" So it's
Mm,
just like
mm.
it's a thing of like you have to dedicate time to this game. Like you can sit and just read through the stats or read through the description of the characters and learn the characters and figure
Where?
out how to
Where,
play with
DJ?
them. Huh? Well,
Where?
that's the thing. So I and I think like you get to it exactly where this feels like their first game in terms of their UI and how things are placed. Like
Mhm,
if you go into the free runner customization thing or whatever,
mhm.
while you're customizing the people, you can just pull up the triangle thing and just look at their what they do essentially and just read it there. And it's like that stuff needs to be handled a whole lot better because right now it is super frustrating to pick a new character and be like, oh, what does this character do? And you can't do it. And you're just like, you have to wait until you die. And it's just like, okay, I have to be a speed reader now. It's just like,
Yeah.
it's frustrating.
But
But
also
I will,
comprehend what they're describing the ability to do
yeah,
within that little short window.
exactly. Like this game is so new. There's so many new keywords that you have to just digest and figure out and just learn from trial and error, essentially. That I think if you can get past that barrier of entry, like you can have fun with this game. And like,
I was having fun after a while as I started to comprehend some things, but
yeah, yeah. And like there are
yeah.
team synergies with this game
Mhm.
that the thing is, because this game is so new, it's hard to be like, okay, this character can work with this character. But you don't know because you don't really know how this character works versus how this character works until you play with them. Like
But
one of the
I
characters,
hate when that happens because then there
yeah.
goes the min max thing and people are just
I mean, but
super
that's
high
that,
efficiency and now you're an idiot
yeah,
if you're not doing the meta.
yeah. But the thing I don't want to say this yet because I'm not positive, but I feel like there is actually some countering to
Mhm.
people that's happening between characters. So like if a character is, running, if a team is running with X, Y, and Z characters, I think you could pick characters to counter that.
Yeah.
But like, for example, the rocket person, she goes in the air, she shoots rockets or whatever, but she's pretty much a target for the sniper.
Stationary.
Yeah.
Man, I was sitting there aiming down a hallway waiting for people to come around, and here comes the dude to the right just setting
Yeah.
up to shoot me. I didn't even realize until I turned like, "Oh,
I didn't realize there was a hallway there. Damn.
surprise, surprise." Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I think like I'm really enjoying my time with Concord. I just had to give it. I had to essentially take L's to
Mhm,
learn what I need to do in this game. And like, yeah, when you're running with a team, like I I had Imari, which is a tank, and Jabali, which is a black guy that has a hat that looks like that character from Apex a little bit, but
mhm.
he has the orbs from Zenyatta from Overwatch, where he can throw a healing orb and a damaging orb. And he was running with me, so he put a healing orb on me, and I armored him up, and we were just running through people because like you hit us, you take the armor, but he's healing you, he heals me, and I'm healing him because that's how the healing orb works. And it's just
Mhm.
like that was almost a perfect synergy. Like the only reason why we died there is because I think I lost him. I was like, oh no, my friend, and of course I died because the rest of the team. But like yeah, I think it's a good game. It's a good game that has a lot of rough edges. That thankfully the edges that are rough are not
They're workable.
gameplay.
Yeah, yeah, they're
Yeah,
not
they're all
something
like UI
concrete.
based and stuff.
One mode I
But yeah,
did like was that last thing we played. What the hell was it called?
rivalry.
No. The thing where I don't know if it was rivalry, but basically there was like a bomb in the middle. And this is almost like search and destroy where you have one life in this mode.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That mode is right. It's called rivalry.
okay, well,
Yeah,
there's a bomb in the middle, and any team, I think, was it any team could pick it up in the middle?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like a set where the attackers were the defenders. Any team could get the bomb in the middle and go plant it on A or B side. And what was very interesting about that is if you win a round, you cannot play with that character that you won the round with
Hmm.
in the next round. That is a new thing, and it was very interesting to me that they did that
Yeah,
because that means you need to basically learn every character because okay, you were good with this character, you won this round, use somebody else now.
Exactly.
And I
Yeah.
think that's how we swung it in our favor, but then we just lost again because once again we're still trying to figure out the mechanics of the game. But I thought that was a very interesting mode,
Like, well, yeah.
choice for that
Yeah.
mode.
I
Yeah.
agree. I agree. Like, I think that is definitely going to be like a really cool thing to see later on when,
Mm.
you know, we're actually better at, or like when people are just better at the game and understand, like, all right, I'm gonna use this character first and this character kind of thing. But, you got anything else to say?
I would say I am torn on whether or not this would do better as a free to play game or if it's going to be just fine as a $40 game because it is so reliant on teamwork and
Yeah.
maybe feel of the game. Because I mean, I don't think you have to talk to too many people, but I struggle with trying to buy this game for $40 if I know I'm not going to play it all that often. Maybe if it was free to
Yeah.
play, I might spin it up every now and then. We could go have fun, shits and giggles. But
Right.
it is a solid game. I think
Yeah.
it's just rough. It's a rough sell for some people.
Yeah. It's a solid game in a market that is super
We're getting
critical
some
on
heavy,
spending money.
and we're getting some heavy hitters in this season. So
Yeah.
I would say
Yeah.
to our listeners, you're gonna hear this on Friday. If you listen to it on Fridays, it'll be free this weekend. Try
Hmm.
it out.
Yeah, definitely. I think Concord is a game that you definitely try. I totally agree with that. Like, try it out, but understand that those first couple of matches is gonna be rough unless you are sitting and watching people play it from this week and like you're really picking a character that like you are researching and understanding how you're gonna play with that character. So when you jump in, you're not gonna be completely like lost in the sauce trying to figure out how what this character
Yeah.
does. So yeah, like I think it is definitely worth a try. I think this is a solid game. I definitely don't think it's going to reach the insane heights of that's an ad.
Overwatch.
Yeah, not even Overwatch of like Helldivers 2, where that came and people were just like, ah, it's all right. And then they actually play and like, oh my god, this is better than
Amazing.
sliced bread or whatever. So
Yeah.
it's definitely not gonna be like that. But yeah, definitely try it out. That has been it for our podcast. That has been it for Press X Start Gamers Digest for this week. Join us again next week as we talk about more games and more news. Hopefully, all good news. And don't forget, you can support us by liking this video, subscribing to the channel, hit the notification bell. If you are listening and not watching, you should do both because your body works that way. Leave us a review on whatever podcast service you're using, whether it be Apple Podcasts, whether it be Spotify, YouTube Music, uh, Amazon Music. I don't know what Amazon does. Um, yeah, because all that helps us and it keeps us going. And you want us to keep going because that's good for us and you as you're a person who's listening to us. So yes, do all that stuff. You be safe. You keep playing video games and I don't know. Don't catch us in Concord because if we're working as a team, you're going down. Oh, jeez. All right, guys. See you.